everybody. Welcome to Shanna's Sweets. I thank you for joining me here today on my YouTube channel and now Facebook. I'll put the link below for my new Facebook channel. I'd love for you to join me over there also. I'm going to be posting projects, and I have an opportunity for you to post projects that you've done with Stampin' Up! Items to have us all have wonderful ideas and help support each other. It is the time of the month where I do my card tutorial for the items that I'm offering in my sweet treats for the month of March. If you're new to my channel and you don't know what my sweet treats are for my customers who order $25 or more and use the host code for that month. You will get a package like this in the mail, or my local people get it when they are in class. It has all the supplies to make 2 cards that I am displaying. You don't get the stamped images, of course, you just get the card supplies. Then if you choose to purchase the stamp set that I'm using that month, you're welcome to, or you can use another stamp of your choice. I have been trying to use labels or circles or things like that in which you could interchange a different stamp of your liking to be the centerpiece or the image. So one new thing I'm doing also with my sweet treats is you'll get a PDF like this one that has the supplies used and some directions also, and that'll be inside. So don't forget though that this is March and this is the final month for celebration. So if you have anything else that you want out of the celebration catalogs, this will be your final month to be able to redeem that, because of course once celebration is over, the items in the catalog that you've been able to earn for free will no longer be available, and they'll be gone. I mean, there's no getting them after that. So if anything you're wanting, you need to, of course, buy $50 worth of product to get one of the $50 items, $100 worth of product to get the few $100 items. This is the original catalog, and then there were some new items that came out in the middle of February, some paper, new stamp set, and of course there was a new $100 item that is this basket weave embossing folder and stamp set. Now I have heard that the basket weave embossing folder is supposed to be staying. I don't believe the stamp set itself is. And I have heard that the dies in this set will be sticking around also. Okay, so on to what we're doing. So this month I've chosen to use a stamp set, which is a hostess stamp set. So what that means, a hostess set is when you purchase $150 or more. I ask that you do not use my host code for the month because you can earn the hostess rewards yourself. Hostess rewards are 10% of what you've spent. So if you spend $150, you get 10% or $15 worth of free product. Now, that free product can be anything in the catalog. But what you're also allowed to get is what they call hostess sets. In the occasions catalog, there's a hostess set called Cozy Cottage. That is the stamp set that I chose. I'm trying to get it in the frame here. Chose to use this month here, but there's another one up here also. That's in the Occasions catalog. And then in the page 220, 221 of the annual catalog, these are the Hostess sets in the annual catalog. So both catalogs have Hostess sets. You can only purchase them if you purchase above $150. And then you get them at a discounted rate also. So again, I'm using Cozy Cottage from the Occasions catalog for our stamp set for the Sweet Treats of March. So these are the two cards, and we're going to start with this one. The paper I'm using for the first card is our paper from the annual catalog, Bundle of Love, which I don't think I have even used on a baby card because I've been using it for the gold side. Okay, so I've already, I also, for this set, I used the Bunch of Banners framelits, and I also used the stitched framelits to cut out my circle and banner. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp those things first. I used Early Espresso for my ink, and I used Early Espresso for my card base. Just trying to I did not do any coloring on this one. I really just liked the outline. Just going to use the back of that. I really did like the outline look of the So this card really does come together pretty easy and pretty quick. I am also using this really thin gold ribbon. It's just 1/8 inch gold ribbon. And what I also did was cut some Early Espresso, the same, and I'm just going to shadow them because I wanted that extra piece. So wherever you would like your shadow. On your of course, my Early Espresso, I actually already creased it, so it folds very easily. I'm going to take just a small piece of Scotch tape. And I decided to do a double. One more piece of tape. So this is a really easy card if you want to mass produce it. You can, because it really comes together very quickly. And they have one more piece of white in here that I've given to you because, of course, unless you have a white gel pen, you can't really write on that early espresso, which I guess you might, but not everybody does. So there you go. Easy peasy. Alright, let's get straight to our other one, which is not, these are both fairly easy and quick. We're going to start with the stamping. Sorry, that middle takes a little bit of extra ink in the middle there. I am using the archival because I'm going to use my watercolor pencils. I have a piece of 4 by 3, I believe, watercolor paper. I'm going to just strap it here right in the middle. I'm keeping my stamp up face forward, and then I've got a piece, I'm going to use a piece of scratch paper. And pull it up. There you go. It's very easy. And then there's just a little welcome stamp that comes with this. I'm going to just slap that down at the bottom. Alright, so I'm going to fast forward through my coloring here because I don't think you need to sit here and watch, but I am using my watercolor pencils. I just keep mine in a case here. I do have a couple extra ones that was in some paper pumpkin. But one thing I'm going to do is I laid on my card here the green. It's the same watercolor pencil. I just laid a lighter hand for the grass, a darker tone. I colored it in dark, pushed harder for the darker for the trees. And the same with the gray. I made this that I pressed harder and lighter for that. So I'm going to first just lay down my color, and then I'm going to show you with the water pen how I fixed it. So I will start coloring, and I will fast forward through this. Okay, so I'm done with my coloring on my pencil. I have a water pen here, which I need to add more water to. So I'm going to start with the grass, and I always have a little bit extra water on my hand because I want my grass to be pretty light. So kind of heavy-handed on the water with that. Now this blue, a little bit darker than I really need, so I got a paper towel here and I'm going to try to dab a little bit of it up. Usually with water pencils you can dab to make things lighter, so it will come up a little bit. I used the other one, I used the darker blue. This one's a little more turquoise-ish, I think, than really light blue. I think this one's the Bermuda Bay. Yeah, definitely more turquoise. That's okay. I think I might actually take my other blue pencil and add the other blue into it. And I like this swirly, kind of makes it look like clouds with the pencil. So then you can just run your pencil so this will help. The water pen helps smooth out your lines in your from your pencil, so I try to run it the color off in between. And see, this is where I laid a little heavier hand with the trees, and so that green's a little bit darker than the grass because I alrighty. I'm going to set my pencils aside. This is just a little bit damp. Dab it just a little so I don't get things wet. I'm going to fold that, it's wet. I don't want my cardstock getting wet. So this particular one, I do want to show you something. I am using the hexagon embossing folder. This is a thicker embossing folder than our normal embossing folders. I had another. So this is the petal embossing folders. You can see that how thin that one is to how thick this one is. See? This is a 3D embossing folder. So when you run it through your Big Shot, you're not going to, you take the thin adapter off. Here's the thin adapter die. Make sure that's off. And you only use one plate. So the big die, the embossing folder, and one plate. And then when you run it, out will come this. And I don't know if you can see how much different. You get a much deeper impression in your embossing. So they have 4 or 5 different ones. So I've used this for the bee, of course, the dragonfly and bee. It works perfect with. So I'm using crumb cake for the base this time. Of course, like any embossing folder, you want to make sure you have plenty of tape. So I always go all the way around. Got too close to the edge there. And I do a couple in the middle too. That is going to go on the very bottom. And I'm going to use the wood textures paper. So for this, you will get, not everybody's going to get the exact same piece of wood. It'll just be vary from person to person. So, but it will be a lighter piece of wood because I think lighter goes better with this, the theme, the color scheme here. So, because of course I'm layering it on top of Early Espresso. So you wouldn't want a dark piece of wood. So it is supposed to be well, can't seem to get things lined up. They're supposed to be the same. There we go. Then I am using some twine. So another little piece of tape. Over here in the corner. About 3 times. And this one is also going to go down on our embossing folder. And then we're going to use dimensionals, of which I just had, and I always seem to set them down. Well, that package is almost empty anyway, so let's get a new one. And I'm going to put this one just right here in the middle. And there you go. I don't think you need anything. You can write on this one and, well, that is, get the dimension out of it. And there are our cards for this month. Sweet treats for March. So there again, this is using the Hostess set out of the Occasions catalog, but there's lots of Hostess sets, and if you spend over $150, you can get one of these Hostess sets. Again, do not use my Hostess code if you spend more than $150, and if you happen to spend $250, you get a $25 bonus, and you will get $50 in rewards instead of $25. So again, this is the last month for celebration, so take advantage of March and get your free items, because this only comes around once a year. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at Shanna's Sweets blog at yahoo.com, or again, I'm on Facebook now, so I'd appreciate you coming over there, see what I have to offer, and participate. There's going to be some fun things happening. Thank you so much, and talk to you later.